Okay, so I cut the volume for the game by 50%, so I'm hoping maybe that'll capture my voice a little better. Okay, now that I've hit 200, I'm going to make a milestone save, which is just saving in a different slot and then going back to my other save slot. Because the last thing I want is to accidentally save and then, like, immediately after I've made a mistake, and then have to go back, do this all over again. Probably had to start talking, even if I know it's not going to end up like completely audible in the video. I'm not impressed with OBS's balance choices with game audio. I mean, it should... I really wish OBS would, I mean, the game audio that I'm hearing should be independent of what's being captured. But I don't know if there's a way that they can do that, because if it's just capturing Windows audio, and it's like a software-based thing, I don't know that they can do that. I mean, I know they could definitely separate it, like if I had speakers with, like an actual analog adjustment on the speakers, but I'm playing this on headphones and they don't have an inline volume adjuster because I'm using IEMs. Some IEMs do have volume adjustment, these just don't. So I talked last time I was playing this game about like game theory, and I don't think it was really just game theory. I mean, it wasn't really game theory as much as it's just my personal reasons for playing games. Oops. I know this is supposed to be difficult mode, but I wonder if this guy got hired for this job solely on the basis of his unnaturally long arms. Because, I mean, look at this. If he was, like, just the height of a regular person, his arms would be like 12 feet long. He'd be like that one basketball player guy. Come on. Why does it say offline? I'm not offline, I'm online. Right here. What? Oh, I hit load instead of pause. I need to stop doing that. There. Okay, I know this keyboard is very loud, but it's hard for me to use my gamepad because the buttons are kind of not intended for this application of it's just kind of not as responsive as my mechanical keyboard. I think I'm gonna have to turn off notifications for this game. wonder if anybody's made a MLG Pro Gamer XXX video for Game & Watch. If they have, I'm hoping it's good. We're now at the halfway point. I think all hard mode is doing is speeding up the rate at which these are spawning, but that's actually making it easier because on easy mode it kind of goes slow. So why am I playing this game? Alright, so I've been looking at, I probably had to back up. I have a lot of Steam games. I have like 223, and then I've got probably another maybe 10 games in my inventory that I haven't even opened yet. And the reason why I don't open games in my inventory, I need to keep an eye out to see if it's actually broadcasting my Steam notifications, because I don't want those showing up. No, it doesn't look like they are. And so of those games, there are a lot of games that I've got unfinished and some that I haven't started on yet. And it's difficult to play these games because it's usually very time intensive to actually finish a game, or to get good enough at it that I can start getting the achievements and, you know, just kind of getting ready to shelve the game. And so the thing is, like, if you don't play like that, what ends up happening is you end up having a lot of games where you've just beaten the first few levels or barely even fired it up, or really the thing that takes the most amount of time when I'm playing games is just getting them to work. Because, I mean, Steam is a PC platform, and as a result of that, you've got a lot of games that are, you know, even if they're new games, like, I mean, relatively new, like New Vegas, just really buggy, and it takes a while to patch them and stuff, you know, if there are even patches available. Wind Warriors, Echelon Wind Warriors, that's the game that was made by Russians in like 2007? I'm probably wrong about that, but it doesn't work at all. I've never been able to play it since I got it, because it's not compatible with Windows 8, and it's not even really that compatible with Windows 7, or even any computer that exists anywhere in the world, except for maybe, you know, like it's the guy who made the game, or maybe a few submarines in Russia. They play it, you know, when it gets, when you get bored of, like, launching missiles and stuff. What I'm trying to say is, games take a lot more to play. Games take it's a lot of work to get to fun stuff. And I've been doing a lot of stuff that isn't fun recently. Like, a lot of stuff. Like, a ton of unfun stuff. I mean, that's primarily what my life is dominated by. Stuff that isn't fun, and is boring, and is tedious, and is grind. I mean, even more so than this. This is, compared to the stuff that I have to go through on a daily basis, and the amount of boredom and poor quality of stuff that I watch, you know, that's really, really old stuff that I'm watching to educate myself. This is entertaining. What's sad is this really isn't that entertaining. It's kind of a bad game. I'm really just playing it because it's so basic. I mean, really it's not even because it's basic, it's because it's old. There are a lot of old, complicated games. Especially when you're talking about, like, you know, some games for older platforms. Like, roguelike games, those are some of the most complicated games I've ever heard of. Probably the only more complicated games would be, like, that one, I mean, Dwarf Fortress, from what I've heard, is, like, the most complicated game ever. Like, more so than Submarine Simulator, which I own, by the way. Other games that are really complicated, like among the most complicated, I mean, RPGs really aren't that complicated compared to certain actual strategy games where you're playing networked against players online. I know there's this one war game, and the people who know the name of it are probably familiar with the way you have to play it, but you have to be playing it like 6 hours a day for like 6 months at a time in order to finish one match. So there's a lot of really complicated old games, but those aren't the games that necessarily appeal to me, and I'm not, this doesn't appeal to me either, what I'm playing right now. This is a grind, is really all this is. It's not so much a grind, it's a hammer whacking experience. It's a hammer whacking, it's a mole, what do you call that one game, like whack-a-mole? It's a, pest elimination service simulator, 1980. So I'm not looking for a specific type of game, based on like what genre it is. The reason why I'm playing it is it has to do with Mario. It's because it's old. It's because that's really the only reason why. I'm trying to play through games in order because it gives me a type of structure, just because I've got so many games that it's overwhelming. Like, I don't even know where to start with my games, so I'm starting here. I talked last time about fan art. I really like fan art for stuff, and most of the reason why I get involved in something is because of the fan art. It's not because of the official product, because official stuff, it's not usually tailored to my specific interests. Like, because things that are very specific to me, I end up being the one to create them, or someone else creates something and it's way closer than the vision that I've got for that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off notifications for these. Why will they not let me disable notifications for non-Steam games? Enable the Steam overlay game. Okay, no, I don't really need that. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, I mean, my life is really complicated right now, and I've got a lot of projects going on, so trying to learn how to play a roguelike game, or really complicated online multiplayer game that's from the 80s. Is just not something I want to be a part of right now. I mean, kind of what I started doing, like my journey into figuring out why I'm playing this game is I just disabled Steam Overlay in game and it's still popping up. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, at least it's not capturing. Guess I'd have to restart the game for that to take effect, maybe. This is why God created save states. I really should be buying a copy of this game. Oops. Here we go. Alright. Okay, that's good enough. Oops. Alright, this is actually the whole reason why I was playing Vermin. I wanted to get access to Ball, and the reason why I wanted to get access to Ball is because it's the second ever Mario game made. Well, actually, I should say third ever Mario game made. But in Dr. Kong Jr., he's the villain. Hey. Alright, rather than get started on Ball, I'm just gonna finish out Vermin. Because I haven't played this version of it. game is significantly more sophisticated than the original Game & Watch. Music is getting really hectic, but the game speed isn't getting that much faster. There's really just not much to comment about here. I mean, part of it is just I made all my comments like in the last time I played this. Don't really feel like making the same comments. So, I mean, people who've never played this game, you are a feral animal that is bent on protecting its young or its cache of food, or maybe some kind of precious resources. Against a bunch of psychopathic enemies who really don't have anything better to do than terrorize a baby. They're either hired mercenaries or loyalists to the Kingdom of Bowser. Or supposed kingdom, I should say, because it really has no legitimate authority. Bowser actually hadn't even been introduced. I mean, he wasn't introduced by the time that Donkey Kong had come out. See, the thing is, like, I know Bowser is supposed to be kind of the anti-Mario, or, I mean, Wario's probably the anti-Mario more accurately, but he's the archetypical villain to Mario, but he wasn't the first bad guy that Mario would run into. The first bad guy was King Kong, aka Donkey Kong. I wonder if Donkey Kong's I wonder if King Kong's real name is Donkey Kong, because, you know, they could just be using, like, his last name, and King is a title. Oh, wait, no, I'm not gonna let that happen. So let me get this straight. I've just been protecting these things for the last 10 minutes, and then they break open on their own and they've got flowers inside of them. I mean, could it be that these enemies were trying to help me out here? I mean, maybe they just weren't ripe yet. But what happens to them in between now and then? I mean, is this a time skip and now this is later in the day? After he's done the same strategy of setting out like really valuable stuff in the middle of like, a completely unprotected forest plan. I mean, is this really the smartest strategic choice that he could have made? Okay, so yes, there are older video games than this, and this is actually like a much more recent game, because even though Vermin predates Ball, and Mario Ball was the last Game & Watch game that was ever made. This one's like, what, 94? I think it's like 94 that this was made. And this is way after, you know, Yoshi debuted some kind of cutting head here in time. But the reason why I started playing old games, at least the reason why I started playing this one, you know, I probably shouldn't even talk about why I'm playing this one, because there's so much history that goes back before that. First games I got on the scene was Orange Box. That, you know, TF2. And suddenly the music is back to normal again. I think it's because I hit the 300 mark. The only reason I'm finishing out Vermin is because I just beat the easy version in order to get Ball unlocked. The reason why I got Ball unlocked was because it was the last Game & Watch game. It was the first Portal game ever to feature Mario in it. And the third ever Mario game, and I already beat Donkey Kong Jr., so I'm playing the third Mario game ever, which is Ball. I can't play Ball until I beat a certain number of games to unlock it in this, and the reason why I'm not playing it on playing the actual version that was released for the DS, you know, the one that's actually authentic to the DS, that Mario game, is because you have to have, first of all, you have to have a certain number of points, and I don't even know how to get those in Club Nintendo. but I don't have a DS. You know, I really ought to be getting, what in the world is that white thing? Oh, it's one of the... I really ought to be getting a DS, you know, just so I have the license. Need to get a DS. Okay, so what I really need to do in order to get a license of this is buy a DS, join Club Nintendo, figure out how to spend coins on stuff, buy the Game & Watch version of Mario Ball, and then do what I'm doing in here, and actually, you know, just playing, or then I would play through this game far enough to unlock Ball, play Ball, and, you know, even see, the thing is, Mario Ball is just a reskin of Game & Watch Ball. So really, Game & Watch Ball is, I mean, you play that and you played Mario Ball. It's, you know, just an exact copy of it. And then I would be playing that, and I'd beat it, and then I'd go into the next game, and I wouldn't really even be playing any of these Game & Watch games, because, well, actually, yeah, I would, because I would skip the rest of the Game & Watch stuff, and buy a copy of, like, through the, Nintendo store of Game & Watch Gallery 2. I'd still play it in the emulator, you know, I'd just be playing that, so I'd have a license of it. I don't have a license of it. And everybody, you know, people post a disclaimer about, like, on their YouTube videos, like, I don't own any of this stuff. Well actually, there's one or two sillier than that. I just want to play games. I don't really want to make commentary on it right now. I'm too tired to make commentary. I'm not doing anything else right now. I could just keep these guys at bay forever. It'd be a lot easier for me to hit some of these. Don't even get to fire him. Not even once. Are you guys crazy? Do you know what you were gonna do? I'm going to break open the shells of those little dinosaurs, and I mean, that wouldn't have been good for their well-being development. I think I can still get this guy without a break. Yeah. I think I got it. I'm using the analog stick on my joystick now. I can get that guy. I'll save it in F3 because I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, it did. Would you guys be satisfied with that? If we mess with the baby dinosaur? I mean, do you really want the EPA to be on you about that? I think it's time I get a new joystick because this isn't suddenly working. Actually, this appears to completely have failed. It's not even receiving any input. Keyboard that got me through that time. So this is a Game Boy Color game, so it doesn't actually have diagonal movement. I think. Three-quarters of the way down. Right for arbitrary. It's a lot easier than using my gamepad. Alright, looks like everything's still fine. It's like pretty much what I'm doing is like mashing all the buttons at once, but I am sort of doing it in sequence. I'm kind of doing mini circles or just kind of roughly smashing over in the general direction of where they are until he hits it, because you don't actually have to swing the hammers at all. This game would be a lot harder if you had to actually hit a button every time. Just automatically. Alright, I'm out of here. The new title has just added to the gallery. Well, I can't play those anyway, because I don't know if there's a way to emulate another cartridge being stuck in. Mario, it's 94. I email before everybody else. See that? See those 25 stars? Crush, not crash. That's gonna be bugging me the entire time I'm playing this, I just know it. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take, it's taking forever. These have like bells in them or something, what they're making all these teaking sounds. Remember, I gotta get to 1,000 in this game. So it's middle, outer, middle, outer, middle, outer, middle. Gotta have the worst sound design out of any game. Okay, so in this game, in this version of it anyway, he had eyes. But in the actual Game & Watch version, he didn't have eyes. So this is non-canon. I'm guessing Hard just had the third ball to it. Question, how is it that gravity flows at a different speed of time at the beginning of this game? Oh my goodness. Seriously? It's gonna slow down every time I hit 100 mark. As if it isn't going slow enough already. Alright, I guess I could just kind of get some things done while I'm waiting for this game to beat itself. So is he like Rayman, where his body parts aren't connected to his body? really paying attention. It lives in a strange universe. So is one of these balls always caught in the outer hand? Okay, so the one that's going over here looks like it's always being caught in the outer. I think it is. Just like you got two balls in separate arcs, and as long as you pay attention to the arc, it's always going to land in the same hand. I mean, in the same position. That's a really bad way of juggling. I wish they would just trace the arcs of the balls in grayscale, so you could see which one is tracing which arc. I think I'm gonna mute this. Mute the game audio because it's just really bad. This is even worse than the Vermin game. So Mr. Game & Watch is doing things that Yoshi could do, that Mario could do. I think Yoshi and Mario are the only two playable characters in this game. I feel like that one Hindu god has like 6 arms. I'm a very different person when I'm thinking to myself than when I'm talking out loud. Kinda have to keep it to myself though. Pretty sure society wouldn't be happy with the consequences of the things that I'm saying coming out of my mouth.
Oops. What? Is it just me or there's suddenly 3 balls? No, it's just the way they're being drawn. No, he's like throwing them one after the other. Okay. So that means I get 2 points for each catch, right? No, I'm still getting the same number of points. It's just the way they're being drawn. Okay, I have 293, which means when I make this next catch, I should have 295 if there's 3 balls. No. Okay, so there's just 2. I guess that's how they're just drawing a motion blur. Maybe I'm trying to make it harder to see. I think I'm gonna just stop this audio. It's just really loud. And harsh. Let's cut it down to like 5–10%. It's 2 AM here. What are these balls he's juggling made of? Glass? Maybe he's juggling like priceless Christmas ornaments. The first thing about this is trying to see them. 3 bowls. No, there's actually 4. This doesn't convince people that, I mean, well, I don't think people really need to be convinced because I'm pretty sure they're already aware of it, but not all games in the Mario franchise are good. There's a few games that have kind of carried the water for the other ones and made it so that people will continue to play them. There's been a lot of bad ones too. I mean, I think the theory there is that it's like Nintendo, you know, Mario is Nintendo's #1 guy. He's like their main canon guy that they go to. So the assumption is that they're going to put all their best money and resources into that game. And people assume that because Nintendo had made the best games initially, they must continue to be making the best games. And of all the Nintendo games are good, right? You know, because they made the best games. So they must continue to be good. And so obviously the best Nintendo games are those made directly by Nintendo. And the best games made directly by Nintendo are their, you know, flagship guys. So obviously the flagship for the world's best video game company, it's got to be the best video game, right? So the Mario franchise has got to be the best guy out of any franchise. It's like the Jesus, the Elvis, or the Mickey Mouse of video games. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him. Yet people still seem to think that all his games are good. I mean, the only reason really why I'm even playing this is because I'm interested in the franchise and like fan art, and so in order to get the fan art you have to play the game. I'm trying to feel what other people feel about the game. I'm pretty sure this game isn't a good physics representation of actual juggling.
really tired. I don't know if I want to. I think after I do this, like, beat this on easy, gotta go to bed. Yeah, I'm really getting tired. I think I just had to change it to Game and Watch Gallery too, my Steam shortcut.
checking to make sure. That's fine. I'm happy. I've been afraid to talk to my friends. I'm like, always afraid when it's time to talk to my friends. Because even though I'm pretty sure that they would... Well, actually I don't know that for sure. That my friends would continue to talk to me after I made a mistake in saying something. So I'm very careful to watch what I say, because I treat my friends like strangers in the sense that I try to be careful and inoffensive in what I say to them, and really only tell them something when I'm sure that they would probably understand it. I think part of it is just I'm really not that close to my friends, and I really wish I was and could talk to them about more stuff, but it feels like I really don't have any friends that live nearby that I can talk to like that. When I talk to people online, it just seems like, oops. You know, I really love the asynchronous medium, but I don't like it when several days go by and I don't get a response to something when I was trying to talk about something that, you know, as far as I'm concerned, is a ongoing conversation, and instead it's like people just kind of drop stuff. But on the other hand, it's like I'm really not there that much for them. Most of my friends are married too, so it's like I really oughtn't to be, oops, monopolizing their time. want to spend more time with my friends, but it's just like I don't know how to spend that time with them, or they do stuff that I can't really be involved in, and part of it I think is just I use people and I use friends like that too, and I've tried to get away from that over the years. To where I'm really only talking to them when I don't need something. That's kind of the reason why I don't talk to them a lot, because I do need a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to take care of those things myself, so I'm kind of busy trying to live, and that's why I don't talk to them much. I guess the higher it gets in points, it gets to that faster point at an earlier point. Like instead of starting to speed up when it hits 860, or when it hits the 60 mark, it speeds up when it hits the 30 mark. Oh my goodness, his arms must be so tired by now. Or not, I mean, you've got to have some strength to be carrying arms like that around all day. You need to say more often than every 25, 20. I don't like being isolated, I think. That's why I'm on Facebook so much. Then it's just very easy to do Facebook. Everything else, you have to carve out some time and get everything set up to where you can participate in it. Browsing on the internet is just you scroll and scroll and scroll, and you hit like once in a while. And you fight with someone based on some other stuff that you put together. So apparently the inner ball has a faster travel time than the outer one. Hit it up. You shouldn't have. Oh, that's generous. Because I really hate that game. I don't think I've unlocked Star Mode though. No, I haven't unlocked it yet. I just want to see what this is like. Oh, what? Oh, that's right. You have a different character. You have to have a different score if you want to unlock the... No, wait. The way to fire up. You have to have more stars to unlock the other characters. Oh, this stinks. So not only... Okay, I'll just leave this off here. I'm done playing for tonight.